All right, folks, I am very excited to show off what I think is definitely the best chicken house I've ever built, but I think it's just one of the best designs that's out there, and I want you to replicate this in your own context. I don't think it needs to be exactly like mine, but I think if you're looking into getting into backyard chickens and you want just the simplest, easiest way to do chickens that produces a lot of compost, we'll get into that later, but this is it. This is it. So let's go check it out. All right, there she is in all her glory. Let's first go say hi to our chickens and see how they're doing. Make sure they're happy. Chickens, you guys happy? So folks, 3 reasons why this is the best chicken house ever. Y'all are not coming out today. Back in. One design feature that I really like are my nesting boxes. All right, so you're like, Tim, these are weird. They don't have a top on them. They got holes over here through them. Well, you know, maybe they like to look through there and talk to each other while they lay eggs. You'll notice they're at an angle. Right here, they're sloping down. So let's go around and check this out. I actually don't have to, I live near a hospital and a fire department, so sirens all the time. You actually don't have to go into the chicken coop to collect eggs. The eggs actually pop out right in here. So this is a roll away nesting box, and I got 3 of them. I got 3 chickens. I don't even need that many. A lot of times they like to share. And, I just got some Spanish moss, some pine straw, and I just kind of make a U shape. Look at that. So I make a U shape, and then once they lay the egg, it can roll out the back underneath there, and I can collect it from the outside. Second reason why I love this chicken house. You'll notice this isn't the most refined chicken house you've ever seen. We can look at my door handle here. There's just a couple of wine corks and a piece of rope, and I just drilled screws in to make my handle to open and close. So I made this chicken house, every last bit of lumber on this chicken house, I either pulled out of a dumpster or pulled apart from a pallet. So this is all scavenged wood. I did not pay 1 dime for any lumber on this entire chicken house. All I did was dumpster dive and pull apart pallets. All these nails came out of pallets. So if you are short on money and you've got a little bit more time than money, this is definitely something that you should take note of, because you know, I didn't spend any money on nails at all either, because I just pulled them out and I straightened them, and you would be surprised at how crooked of a nail you can drive into wood. This entire thing cost less than $100, which is wild. Less than $100 for that chicken house. I could probably sell that today for at least $1,000 or $1,500. I got all this tin that I used. So the tin is wrapped around the bottom, and the roof is tin, and then I've got a few more sheets that I stored behind it. All that was $50, and I didn't use it all, but I had to pull it off of a dilapidated porch that was on a trailer. It was very sketchy, but for 1 sheet of that at Lowe's was like $40, and I was like, no way. And I've got 3 sheets on the roof, so you know, no way am I to spend over $100 on this roof. This brings me to my 3rd point. Oh, also that long piece of PVC was I pulled that out of a dumpster too. Look at this tin. The reason I have tin is because tin does not rot like wood does, and so this whole bottom chunk of the coop is all deep bedding. Let's go into the coop and check this out. All right, it's deep bedding, and what that means is I have a carbon source all the way up to the top of where the tin is. And so I'm also throwing in a bunch of junk, eggshells, you know, greens. That's a spaghetti squash up there that we threw in. You know, I'm taking grains and bread, and you know, I don't give them a ton of it. I kind of regulate it, but you know, I give them some of that. It's food, and it turns into eggs. And you know, cardboard takeout boxes, those get thrown in here as well. That's a carbon source. So I throw every last bit of chicken scraps, even the leftovers from making chicken stock, I throw it in here, and they love it. Yes, it's cannibalism, but it's cooked protein, and it's very available, and you know what, the chickens seem to love it. So I'm not gonna worry about it because I'm for some reason weird about cannibalism. A lot of animals are cannibals, especially birds and reptiles. Over time, all of this is breaking down. This is all absorbing their chicken manure. So look in here. Do you see any chicken poop on the ground? Honestly, I'm having a hard... Oh, I see a little bit. You're not getting out, chicken. So a little bit here and there, maybe. But the cool thing is that gets turned around every single day as they scratch. Because these chickens, they are made to scratch. They're a forest creature, a jungle creature, actually. They have... The species they come from is a jungle fowl, which is Southeast Asian. And they live in forests, and they scratch on leaves, and they catch bugs. And I've actually come out and seen them with a roach in their mouth, chasing each other around. This is a great system to... For one, every last bit of kitchen scraps and organic matter that you produce can go in here, and it's going to get mixed into this deep carbon layer. And so it doesn't really matter what kind of... You can use wood chips or shredded cardboard or leaves. I have leaves available to me. Like, look, there's a whole stack of leaves I just picked up. I'm thinking twice a year I'm going to be able to mine compost out of here for my garden. This is Blondie right here. You see, she's blonde. She's a sweet chicken, but she's not going out right now. So that's the number one value that I find in this chicken house, is just the sheer amount of compost I'm able to produce. This is a 5x8 chicken house, and it's about 2 feet tall. So you do the math on the cubic yards on that. I think it's at least a couple cubic yards in that kind of neighborhood. Another thing I've got is water is over there, and then my feeder is right there. So these are pretty like low maintenance. It's been raining a lot lately, so water just runs off the roof onto that barrel. There's holes in the barrel, and so it's collecting rainwater, not like a ton or anything, but oh, you're gonna actually... Blondie is a good chicken. She's like, oh, he's talking about water. And now they're like, oh, I want some too. Chickens are funny. So anyway, that is the chicken house, and it's probably the best thing I've ever made with my own two hands. And it really wasn't hard. You don't need a ton of tools, but like I said, I will be doing a video at some point about how to make a chicken house like this, and it's really straightforward. I think anyone can do it. I think more than anything, it's just an intimidating project. That's pretty much it for today. I hope this sparked some creative thought in your brain.